All right, what is up, guys? I'm gonna make a quick video on this. So basically, I've had Mint Mobile for about 6 months now. So I have it on the Asus ROG phone. So if you go onto Mint Mobile, on their website they have phones to purchase on there, and those are like the phones that are best compatible with Mint Mobile. Now, the odd thing that I didn't realize, because I had this phone when I had T-Mobile, was that there's a feature called VoLTE, which is a feature that you can find on Samsung phones and iPhones that you can turn on and off on GSM devices. My phone does not have that feature. Now, the reason why I know this because I started researching on about Mint Mobile because I was getting delayed phone calls and texts. So basically, like, for some reason, when you leave your phone idle for too long, it kind of turns off their 4G LTE, and once you open your screen, it will like activate your 4G, and it'll all the text messages and calls and whatever would start come flooding in. And this is a really big issue because, like, let's say if you have I mean, the only thing is, like, I haven't had an issue like when I do like a phone interview for like a location I'm trying to apply to. When they give, usually with phone interviews, they'll give you a time, so I'll actually have my phone screen on right when they call me. But in other cases, it's kind of frustrating when you get a voicemail when there's no phone call, or just when text messages and any emails just flood in through once you turn on your phone. I thought, being a GSM device, it is compatible with Mint Mobile, but the biggest issue is delayed phone calls, delayed text messages, and a lot of Mint users are experiencing this. I'm still going to stick with Mint Mobile, despite this flaw. It is an issue, sure, but it's not groundbreaking for me. It's not affecting me too poorly in any way. But the problem is delayed. I need my phone to work when I need it to work. If I get a text message, I would prefer to get it right away. Sometimes when someone comes over to my place and tells me that they're here, I won't get it till like 15 minutes later. Now, obviously, it's that person's fault for not even knocking at my door and just waiting in the driveway. But and you know who you are. But but I just wanted to address this. If you switch to Mint Mobile, because I did not know this prior, is have at least somewhat similar phones that are compatible with VoLTE to turn it on and off. This, like I said, my phone's not compatible with this, so I can't mess with this feature. But if you switch to Mint, keep in mind that you will probably experience delayed phone calls and delayed text messages if you have, let's say, an Asus phone that has Zen OS. Samsung, like I said, Samsung phones are known to have this feature capable of turning off and on, so you'll be fine. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Mint Mobile for that. Aside from that, the LTE still works fine, the 4G works fine, like everything functions perfectly. And their prices are really cheap compared to most places because you buy annually and they get their profit margins faster, meaning so you have to pay you pay more up front, but in the long run your monthly bill is only $15 to $25 a month depending on which plan you choose. Like I said, if you have a phone like mine, you will get delayed phone calls, you will get delayed text messages, but not always. Like, see, I have Wi-Fi text and calls turned on. Even with that turned on, it still gets delayed. I don't understand why. And I know this is a Mint Mobile problem and not my phone problem because it never did this with T-Mobile. It never did it with T-Mobile, but it does it with Mint Mobile. I don't understand why. Eyes on you, Ryan Reynolds. You want to try to fix this? I'd be happy to address this issue for Mint Mobile to fix. Hopefully they can resolve this issue on their end. I doubt they can. I'm pretty sure it's something that I would have to do. Probably would have to switch phones or something. But like I said, delayed phone calls, delayed text messages is a problem. You're giving us this quality service, but there are like some flaws. And you know what? That's probably why, because when I had T-Mobile, my 4G LTE worked perfectly at my house, running at like 10 to 40 megabits per second. When I switched to Mint Mobile at my house, it slowed down dramatically. Like, I'm talking like kilobits. But when I would go somewhere else, it'd be really, really unreliable. Sometimes it would go to 40 megabits per second. Sometimes it would go down to 10. But for the most part, like I said, texting works, GPS works perfectly fine. All the essential stuff works perfectly fine. Even when I go on Facebook or Instagram or whatever or YouTube, like, it'll most of the time it'll work. It's just the delayed text and delayed calls aren't functioning properly. So yeah, I know I repeated myself a couple times there, but I just wanted to emphasize on that with Mint Mobile. Make sure you do your research on VoLTE, and make sure you Google search Mint Mobile delayed text and calls, just so you can look through what people have gone through, so you know what you're getting yourself into before you get Mint Mobile at this point. I know a lot of people have gotten Mint in the past and have had no problems, typically because they usually buy a more mainstream phone, like a Samsung phone. I went with the Asus phone because I like Asus. I like their hardware, so I went with the Asus phone. Prior to this, I had the Nexus Google phone. So, yeah, thanks for watching. If you like what I had to say, please like and subscribe. I don't make videos too often, but usually if I have an important matter to discuss, I would like to discuss them and inform you guys. So, on that note,